Howdy dorks. How's it going? Welcome on in. How's it going? It's Unchatter. It's time for Unchatter. It's time for Dwarf Fortress. It's time to continue as our weird little lizard people. I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going down. I'm pretty sure the main thing for today is going down. It's Monday. It sure is, isn't it? How's your Monday been? How's the start of your week? It's sure is a Monday. They just keep happening. I don't, like, every time I get through one, it's like there's just another one right there. It's weird. I don't know. Today we're gonna be playing Dwarf Fortress. This is episode 50. By the way, this is the first time we've had an episode 50 of anything, and this is episode 50 of Kobolds. I'm very proud of that. I'm quite proud of that. This is especially because it does not feel like we've been doing this for that long. Like I think back to like Base Earths and Elder Ring and like our older fortresses that we were in for a long time. It felt like we were in those for a longer amount of time. And maybe if you took the adventure mode episodes out of this series, then we haven't been in fort mode as long as Elder Ring. But the episodes, like just the episodes we spent on this project, in this endeavor, we're at episode 50. And that is astounding. Hooray, hooray, everything you're saying makes sense and I agree. Good. Yeah, so happy 50th. Happy 50th. We're gonna keep going here. I'm trying to think if there's anything special to mention. I don't think there is. Today's episode is brought to you by shiny rocks. Shiny rocks that we're digging up out of the ground and putting in a pile and probably encrusting into statues. We should probably use some of our gems and such. But also by you, viewers like you, clicking on buttons down there, hanging out live, watching the VOD, hanging out in Discord with us, all of us, sharing your silly drawings with me. I do appreciate it. You are the gems. You are the gems I'm digging out of the ground these days. So I appreciate you and I treasure you, and I will hoard you all to myself. Yeah, that's me. So pro shiny rocks. I am so pro shiny rocks. Looking good for 50. Thank you. I'm not as far off from that as I'd like to be. But anyway, we're just gonna hop over here. And we're gonna load up our thing. We're gonna try to remember what we're doing. We had a giantess show up and murder one of our marksbolds. And then we tried and failed to turn it into a zombie. That's what I remember of last time. We're down here in our silly pillar situation. We've cleared a whole one floor out of this. This wasn't even anything. This was just all rock. This is our first actual pillar level, but we like cleared it out entirely, right? There's not a single bit left that we would be able to mine out of here and not murder us. So now we're down here on this level, and we're finding that there are a couple things. There's a couple things that are like cheekily connected to the magma seas. We need to be really, really careful not to like accidentally open these up, because that'd be basically game over. But I think we know what's going on here. We're gonna continue chipping in through here. Kia is gonna continue tantruming. We're gonna continue slaughtering animals. I was actually wondering, I've been thinking about the animals. I guess let's bring up our auto butcher. So I want to check on it, right? I want to check on its status. Actually, this kind of seems to imply we're catching up. We turned on. Oh, it turned on goats, water buffaloes, and cows. Did I intend for that to happen? I don't know if I intended for that to happen, but okay, whatever. I guess that's fine. We should probably do it for like rhinos and giraffes. Why do we have 20 giraffes? Why do we have 20 giraffes? Anyway, We were very intentionally looking at cats, dogs, llamas, beak dogs, sheep, alpacas, cave dragons, and giant cave spiders. All of them were over our limits when we first set these things up, but now we have more male adult dogs, more cave dragons, and more giant cave spiders. But even then, by not much, right? We can have... What's the 0 plus 31? Oh, that's gonna be like named ones. I bet you the one number is like named. So we have a bunch of. Do we have that? Do we have 19 named sheep? Is that really what that is? But what this is telling me is that we've actually caught up on alpacas, sheep, beak dogs, and llamas, and cats. And now we're just working on dogs, cave dragons, and giant cave spiders, and then we will see occasional butcher orders for the other ones to kind of keep them down to these population levels. We could also start working on these other ones, which might be worth doing, but I'm gonna make sure that we get through the orders that we've given them and let them clear out all our garbage, because we have a bunch of stuff rotten in our butcher shops because we've just been murdering. Murder. Holy cow. But we are slowly burning our stuff. A lot of our stuff is rotting because we can't get it into our food stockpiles, which is great. We just dumped another load of this stuff. So that's cool. Oh yeah, and our angel stuff is down here. Our rotted fabric stuff. I feel like we need to find a spot for that so it doesn't get dumped. We could display it, right? Can we just... all the dragons. So we have our bolts on display here. We have our crossbow on display here, even though we can't see it. I think we need to add all the other things. I don't think I can put two things on display on the same thing, right? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to assign maybe two of those clothing items to one pedestal, and we'll just see what that actually does. Rotted. I'm gonna put both of the sandals on there. How about that? Does that work? Okay, I'm gonna see if they both show up there. That would be nice. All our dragons are following our animal trainer. And we have a bunch of coins. We've been making lead coins. I think we're done. We're very nearly done minting our 1,000 orders of lead coins, which means we're almost at 500,000 lead coins. How am I? I'm doing good. I was just running around doing some chores and stuff this morning, and not paying attention to the cat, of course. And I just spent like 10 minutes laying in bed, just like right before going live here, just for the sake of resting my neck and whatnot. And she comes and sits on my face without fail. I think we should be kept up on cutting our gems, right? Let's look at our gem stocks. But anyway, Hecata is just going nuts out there. Foolish. The foolish one is me for thinking that I can just give her 2 minutes of attention and everything be fine. I should be spending more time with her, but she cannot exist in here. She's very bad at existing in here and not destroying my stuff. Like all my cable management, she's figuring out how to undo my cable management. She's unmanaging my cables. And like trying to... She's recently become just infatuated with speakers. Like the noise machine we have in the bedroom and my desktop speaker. She wants to stick her face in there. Like I'm worried she's going to damage my speakers on the computer here because she's like physically putting her face into them and like I don't know what she's doing. She's trying to make friends with the speaker. And you just have to grab her and like throw her out. So she's still locked out. One of these days, I do still want to be able to have the door open while I'm streaming. That would be great, especially as the weather starts getting warmer. But for right now, she's just out there, and I'll have to make up for it after the stream. Okay, so there's cut gems and there's uncut gems, or rough gems. Cut green glass. Okay, hold on. Cut gems, okay. I don't know what kind of order these are. Are these in order of their value? Nope. Not even a little bit. Why do we have bituminous coal gizzard stones? Hold on. What? What? I'm increasingly concerned it's not a kitten thing and it's a Hecate thing. I mean, she's definitely a thing. She's recently calmed down enough that she can spend the night in the bedroom with us, and that's not a problem. So she is slowly maturing. I think there's just too many temptations in here. I think we need to find a thing that she can engage herself with in here. The problem is that like she really likes running around. She really likes being really, really active, and there's just not that much space in here. So it's hard to keep her engaged with things that aren't cat toys. Or keep her engaged with a cat toy, because she finds all these other things that are in here, which are interesting, and are very similar to the cat toys that we give her. And we cannot differentiate between this wire-looking thing is okay to play with, and this wire-looking thing is not okay to play with. That is a very hard distinction to try and get into her. We got pyrites, we got rose quartzes, I see zircons. Zircons forever. We got a bunch of amethysts, faint yellow diamonds, clear diamonds. Okay, look at all these diamonds, all these star sapphires. Excellent. We're starting to get some real nice things. Yeah, like what? Slate gizzard stones. Is that... Oh, and why is it a gem? What is it? What am I misunderstanding about gizzard stones? Like are gizzard stones actual stones? A gizzard stone is a rock obtainable by butchering or slaughtering specific animals, usually large birds or reptiles. Oh, interesting. Gizzard stones are treated as cut stone gems suitable for encrusting goods and furniture. The material of the gem is a randomly selected type of stone and may include materials not otherwise available on the map. Not all creatures with a gizzard body part drop gizzard stones when butchered, however. Creatures that drop gizzard stones include alligators, beak dogs, cave crocodiles, elk birds, jabbers, ostriches, saltwater crocodiles, and rocks. Okay, they're coming from the beak dogs. We are getting gizzard stones from our beak dogs. Oh, cool. Okay. And then those are gonna are gonna prepared gizzards. Yeah, all beak dogs. So they've been cooking the gizzards as well, which is good. Cooking the animal parts as we butcher them, that makes sense. But why? I want to see like a list of all the gizzard stones. Is that possible? Like rubicells? No. There are gonna be the things in here that are like stone, right? Yeah, mudstone. Mudstone, gizzard stone. Why? The search is weird sometimes. The search is weird sometimes. Anyway, apparently we have been acquiring gizzard stones, and they're going to be ending up in here, which is hilarious. Which means they're going to get encrusted into our statues, which is hilarious. We're just gonna, do we just go for it? Do we just let them figure out a native platinum gizzard stone? Somewhere we had a beak dog that had just eaten a chunk of platinum, and that was like part of their digestive system, and then we killed them, and now we have a platinum gizzard stone. It's worth 800! Like, that's gonna be worth it more than several gems. That's like a pretty good value gem. It just came from inside of an animal. Cassiterite gizzard stone? See, that's worth like nothing, but like these are gonna be just basically rocks. But yeah. Okay. We're just gonna let them be tossed in the native gold. I'm just gonna leave them in the pool of gems, right? And then some of our statues are going to be encrusted with actual gems, and the other is gonna be with beak dog gems. Yeah. So I'm gonna say encrust furniture with cut gems. Oh, I wonder if they count as like polished stones instead. I guess we'll watch. Encrust furniture with cut gems. Yeah, okay. So we have all our gold statues down here, right? So they're just gonna go and encrust all of those statues with gems. You wear the band, the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard? I sure am. I don't know all their stuff for sure, but I'm definitely aware of them. Trying to think of what else we have going on here. We have... Oh, we should let our people go back upstairs. They are starting to dehydrate. Some of them are still alive and need to eat and stuff. And it'll be a little bit before we get to the actual dangerous stuff down here. Made me think of that with gizzard and our lizard. It's true. Our lizards are acquiring gizzards. They're not lizard gizzards, but we do have gizzard lizards. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to do, I think we need some more temples. We have several temples. I think we need some more. The Temple of Moles. Let's make sure. So here's a mule that's probably gonna starve at some point. Nope. Okay. Like right, yeah, stray llama, starving. Just go in the thing. There you are. And then a rabbit. The donkey and the rabbit, whatever. They're fine. I'm seeing more barrels in here, but not that many. I would love for this to collapse more. But whatever. Oh, we need more wood, don't we? Let's go back up to our surface up here. There's still random upright spears. I don't know why that happens. I'm gonna open this. Right, we're in the middle of summer. I'm not expecting a siege. We might get something at the start of fall, maybe. It's usually at the start of a season. We could turn our river back on. gonna mark for chopping just a handful of these. We're mostly needing wood for our glass at this point. So we don't need like a million, but some for sure. And then I think we find some spots for some more temples and such, which I think are gonna go in here. Hey, look, it's Shem. Hi, Shem. How you doing? Don't answer that. We know how you're doing. I'm gonna say it's going to be filled, right? We're gonna do one. Do something here. So I'm gonna stay unpaused because there's plenty for everyone to work on. Can go like that. And then, oh, I said unpause. Does it not like to run while this is going? I guess not. Okay. Can I squeeze something here? Kind of a small, awkward temple, but we have small, awkward gods. Maybe that'll be suitable for someone. Oh, excuse me. Don't answer that. We know how Shem's doing. I think we know how Shem's doing. Oh, but look, there's actual socializing going on now. Something like that. Then another here. Why not? We dug out all this space. Might as well use it. Sure, that should work. And then this level, I don't want to, well, maybe it's fine. I'm gonna say I don't want to screw with this level too much, but honestly, whatever. This is a thing, right? Okay. Plop it down like that. Should be fine. I'll give us space for a handful more temples and such, and that will make a couple people happy. I know that we need to, like, give them time to actually pray and such, but, you know, we'll get there. Look at all the dang beak dogs. Do we just... At what point do we restrict their access to the nests? I could have sworn that this would be an overkill amount of nest boxes for us, but clearly not. I'm curious how 2 ended up still assigned in there, but everyone else wasn't. But there's no food in there, so I don't want them to starve. But they haven't been. I mean, do beak dogs need to graze? Maybe beak dogs don't need to graze at all. We could turn our rhino pen into our beak dog pen. What do we do with the rhinos? We could trade the rhinos away. Do we sell our rhinos? I feel bad just murdering them all because they don't work the way that we want them to, but also they don't work the way that we want them to, and I want to murder them all. Oh, and this whole stockpile as well. Jeez. Oh, they're finally getting through all this, though. Look at all this. Look at that. We've stopped making green glass blocks, right? We're still making clear glass. Not that one. So green glass goblets on here, but that's not continuing, right? Yeah, we have plenty of goblets. We have gold. Gold has smelted all our gold, which is good. Bronze actually wants to keep going, surprisingly. Are we out of cassiterite? Is that what's going on? We're probably out of tin. Or no, this says we're probably working on bronze as we speak then, right? Is that what's going on? I mean, tetrahedral, yeah, okay. We're still making bronze. Okay. And we're finally working on steel, right? We have steel actually working now in theory. So at some point we'll be able to actually make some steel weapons. That's what Justice doing. Hey, look, Kia has been doing some stuff still. No one was surprised. The fact that we only have one tantrum is kind of amazing right now. This is still going. Oh yeah, and we were mining down here, right? This is where we're getting our coal and also some iron ore, right? Here's malachite. We can just dig the malachite. This is all low priority. Yeah, I think that's the correct way to do it. So I'm gonna say the pillar downstairs is gonna be the first priority, the temples are gonna be the second priority, and then mining here is gonna be the third priority. Arc with a bow, how's it going? Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're getting through it. Actually, I don't want to auto this, do I? I want to just... I'm just going to designate that for the sake of not accidentally opening us up there. And then that's a gem cluster. Sure. Hey, look, more gems. Gems forever. This is copper. I don't really care about copper at this point. We have so much copper. Rest of that is fine. This is all microcline, dacite, etc. You are going quite slow. Tetrahedrite is more copper. This whole level kind of struck out. Here's limonite, though. And some gems. Going good. Learned about the wacky way wombats combat predators. Okay, and also thinking how Jason Page and Tony Hawk are two oldest teenagers that ever exist. Tony Hawk definitely is an old teenager. I won't disagree with that. There's some fancy gems in here. I don't know if I don't really need more. Oh, here's coal. Like the limonite, I don't necessarily need more iron ore, maybe, but we kind of do. But mostly it's going to reveal more coal usually, because they kind of coexist frequently. So I'm going to say we can mine this. This is going to be a little trickier because it's going to go all the way down to there. But I'm just going to kind of do this. Oh, thanks for the follow, Double Doug. How's it going? Jason Page is the original Pokemon theme singer. Oh, Yeah, I could see that. I don't think I knew his name. This is all copper junk. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. More copper. Vibing. I think I've seen you on shorts before. Excellent. I am here for the vibes. I'm here to provide the vibes. So welcome in. Oh, good lord. Look what you summoned. Bringing the important things in chat as always. Yes. Forgotten Beast Rosh Basin. Rosh Basin. A huge eyeless python. Why are we getting all these eyeless things? It has a square shell. It appears to be emaciated. Its scarlet scales are oval-shaped and set far apart. Beware its poisonous sting. Okay. So we have very ridiculous caves. Oh yeah, we're 1 away from 300 followers. We have 1 cave lair, and this doesn't fly. Rash the Sprayed. It's clumsy. It's 404 years old. Before I retired my last fortress, every beast I had was blind. Interesting. Interesting. Last stream, well, we still have it, but we uncovered an eyeless capybara angel from the pillar downstairs. So that's cool. We do have a bunch of entrances and exits. Yeah, see here. We could probably get it there. Or rather, it could probably get there. I'm curious, let's just see what it does. It's probably just gonna go like in the water. Or just hang out here. It won't be able to navigate these caves because they're so vertical and this does not have wings. Do we send in our squad? Do we just take it out? We can send in our squad and try to deal with it, or we can just let it go. Like, it's not just vibing. Yeah, right. The caves are sealed, so it can't get to us directly unless we open up the caves. It is quick to heal, but quite clumsy. I mean, we can leave it. If we need to get into the caves, we might have to deal with it, but presently does not seem to be an issue. And then here's where we're dealing with the nonsense, right? These ruby clusters is going to be the start of where we need to be careful. The cassiterite should be fine when we have a hole here, right? So we have something could be here. Something could be here. And like maybe here as well. So I think what we need to do is mine here. Well, this is granite. I'm making an assumption. Actually, I want these to be number 1. I'm making the assumption that anything that is trapped inside of this pillar is going to be completely encapsulated with either gems or obsidian. Like this is all obsidian in through here. This is all obsidian and gems. All the way through here, right? And then you get to the edge where it's like the cassiterite. Like I don't think the cassiterite is part of the pillar, but I think these like this, the sapphire clusters, this yellow diamond cluster, and all this obsidian, that all is. So I think we are safe to mine here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna not right this moment. I think what we want to do, I think we want to smooth this. And then we're gonna car fortifications there. and reveal whatever's there. I think that'll be how we do it. Needs rough gems in stockpile because we cut all of our we've cut all the gems. The awkwardness with the gems is that I want them to cut all gems except for rock crystals. Maybe we just need to use the rock crystals. Gold statue of vile hags. Item is an image of vile hags in gold by Mipu. It is encrusted with superior quality radiant cut red diamonds and adorned with hanging rings of superior almandine, exceptionally worked faint yellow diamond, well-crafted clear yellow diamond. On the item is an image of cucumber vines in star ruby by Gogger. Cool. Why no rock crystals? Because rock crystals are for other things. Rock crystals are the only way you can make crystal glass. So we're saving them over here. I have a specific rock crystal pile here, and they're all forbidden. Mostly all forbidden, because I don't want them used for things like encrusting into a statue, because then that's one less thing of crystal glass that you can make. So I feel like we need to pick something that we want to do with the rock crystals so that we can actually use them. I've just been stockpiling them this whole time. The Goblin Scholar has shared many tales from beyond. Excellent. Cool. This all seems fine. Why more puppies? Please, no more puppies. I'm so good on puppies. Is there anything else to gild in here? Not really. There we go. Deal with that, please. I love puppies. I love puppies too. We have a lot. We are swimming in puppies. Not to mention the spiders and dragons and beak dogs. Also, I appreciate the song lyrics just happening in chat. Okay, looks like a lot of this got dug. A lot of this has been dug. Keep thinking drakes means dragons and keep ordering ducks. Yep. Classic. Put some doors in here. Because this is a thing, right? Let's do a door here. And here. And here. And here. And there eventually. Certified dwarf moment, yes. I'm gonna leave that for something small. I think I'm gonna do one here. Okay, accept. And then this is a new temple. I want to use DF hack to hide all the ones that have been established. Oh, I've seen a couple people complain about not having one for Silstra sport duty. Peace and Thunder. Interesting. That's a cool collection of spheres. And then here's a church dedicated to the same. Adil. I haven't even heard of Adil. And then Utast Copper Cobalt. We've seen that name before. The Earthen Flax, that's interesting. And then a church to that one. We have one person worshipping a god devoted to thraldom. That's interesting. The goldenrod beans, rivers and fish. One person, really? There's a lot of gods that have one worshiper. Nature and rivers, death, war, and chaos. Food, nightmares, in the night. Oh dear, yeah. Communion of crabs. Oh yeah, there's more churches for the boats of paddling, which is our primary god, and then here's a church for Odor. We learned about Odor recently, and then Toulon, and then a church for Toulon, and then a church for Odor. Wow. The faith of stenches. There's a bunch of churches with one person in them. I'm gonna say everything more than like 2. Let's definitely do Silsa, the competitive cathedral. This will be for a smaller one. Right, except thraldom sounds undeadly. It sure does. Which we have a history of in this fortress here. It's not inappropriate. 4 worshippers for Adil, 4 for Utost. And then a bunch of 1s. Oh, and 6 there. So let's do Adil here. Just installed a QWERTY interface tweaks and it's game changing. Oh, interesting. Is this like a workshop add-on? I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Oh, soil! Hooray, soil! That's not gonna be a temple. I should have seen that coming. That might get reserved for a guild hall. I'm sure there's plenty of guild halls we still need to make. Those are both a thing. Those are a thing. Here we go. Shem is still there. Shem is really devoted to socializing right now, which is maybe a good thing. Like, this is better than the opposite. No, not that. Add new temple. 4. I mean, this is a good-sized one. Who's got the most? 6? 5, 5, 5, 4. Ooh, okay, well, there's a 6. The lurid order. Changes all the hotbar icons to have key bindings listed and rebinds everything to use with one hand. Interesting. I might have to find that. I definitely screw my... I do that, like, I go for Wazid and just screw everything up. That happens in, like, every video game I play. An acquaintance discussed their problems with me. I feel empathy. Relieved discussing problems. Wow! Shem is actually doing okay, kind of. For once. Here's another one. I don't know why she hasn't claimed more items. She should be able to. This one, yes. temple. And Utost can have one. Why not? Make a church for the mountain god inside our mountain stuff. Where's our angel? Here's our angel. Now, how do I look? How do I see you? You have been stripped naked. Excellent. You are still covered in kobold blood. But you know. Oh, hi. Hey, 300 followers. Hello. Hello, Mia. You are now my 300th follower. Welcome in. That's exciting. Check out Sucker Kinker here. Okay, so it looks the items have been removed from the angel. I was attempting to put them down here. Right? Yeah, okay, so multiple items can go on the same thing. I'm gonna put all the clothing items on this one pedestal, just to kind of keep them together. Trying to hit 200, about to raid you. Oh, hi. Okay, cool. Well, welcome in. We're dealing with dwarfy things. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna look for the rest of our rotted clothing, our rotted fabric skirt, and a rotted fabric quiver. I want to say there was more. There was more than just that. No, skirt and quiver. Maybe not. If there was anything else, we've already gotten rid of it. But like this, our trash pile here, I think we've gotten through our clean owned. Once these things get moved, then I'm gonna turn this back into our dump pile. But yeah, we've been dumping. We've been dumping. I'm looking for. Okay, there's still a lot of fat in our butcher shops, but wow, did we get through it all? Did we get through it all? That's amazing. We still have cave dragons and dogs. How do I don't want to butcher all. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I say butcher race. Okay, it marks 8. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then no, a raid. Or what just happened? Auto butcher has a GUI. It sure does. Sure does. You have to type GUI specifically for the GUI ones. Oh, gift sub. Thank you, JM. Thank you for the gift sub. You've gifted 22 subs. My God. So if I say butcher race, it's like it's not. That one doesn't want to go. Interesting. Well, it's only like 2 over. So I'm going to assume that that's okay. And then I'm going to say that we're going to start watching these other ones. Right. Raiden, Dwarf Stormin'! Welcome, Raiders! Just need to read through all the DF hack commands. It's a lot. There's a lot. I read through all of them at one point, but I did not retain them all. Hello! Hello, Freeclay, and Orion, and Endemia, get rated nerds. We're definitely we're mostly dorks in here. Oh, and look at all these. Wow, did we just catch up with everything? We might have just gotten like through a big pile of work that I told everyone to do. I'm gonna lock some of these because we don't need a million more beak dogs. I'm gonna keep the dragons. Like, the dragons are gonna keep going. But they don't need much help. I have a Gork, a deek door. Well, welcome in. We're in a Kobold Fortress here. We're playing with a Kobold mod. So most of us are kobolds. We've been making a whole bunch of fancy clothing for them. I think I need to put in another clothing order, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we've been doing wool, rather yarn togas, yarn caps, and yarn trousers, and yarn shoes, because why not? We have a bunch. Yarn gloves. And we have three colors of dye even. We have red, green, and blue dye. I'm gonna say like 50 togas, 50 caps, 50 trousers. Why not? I'm gonna do 50 of all these. We're finally making steel. We survived in this fortress for 17 years without actually making steel. We have mostly bronze stuff. But now we are finally actually making steel. Last stream, a capybara angel ripped a kobold's head off and ate it, possibly by accident. Dubious, but yes. It's right here. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Dislaziu we found in the caves in the pillar downstairs. One of the more absurd things I've ever found in this game. Looks like a wee ant farm. Yes, totally. I'm very happy with the visual style of this fortress. This is not how I usually play this game. But with DF Hack and the design tool, this is amazing. This is my favorite part of DF Hack right now. But it allows you to do all sorts of random stuff like this. You are hauling a rock and you don't have a wheelbarrow, do you? Do we need more wheelbarrows? Let's look at our dragons. We got dragons. We stole dragons in adventure mode. Everyone here is welcome at my library anytime. Here's library cards. Excellent. I will make sure to save those. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Thanks for the raid. If you need to go and do your post raid stuff, go for it. I'm very lurker friendly. Feel free to do what you need. We're gonna be here. We just started an hour ago, so I'm gonna be here for a little bit. And we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going down. That's one of my primary goals here is deeper drown. Why do you have so many dragons? Because I want them. Something that we've been doing in this world, or with this fortress rather, has been hopping back and forth between adventure mode and fortress mode. So and then bringing all of our adventurers here. So we have several adventurers. We've been getting into necromancy stuff. Doing some modeling. Oh, cool. Trying to jump on BG3. Oh, Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate's great. Baldur's Gate's great. Our first squad here, the Abysmal Horses, is like 50-50 fortress creatures and adventure creatures, like Stozu here. Stozu's great. Stozu is a goblin that we met in adventure mode. And then died. And then we resurrected into a frozen hunter. And then she's been here for years. She's been in our military training our kobolds. So now look at this. Level 33 legendary fighter, legendary discipline, legendary observer, legendary wrestler. And most of that XP came from training in fortress mode. Like she was pretty good in adventure mode. She is way stronger now. She's just a beast. And then we have Bax here, the empty zombie who is not putting on her clothes. or his clothes for whatever reason. He's much fresher. Still a legendary fighter. I'm telling you, intelligent zombies in the military, the fact that they don't need to sleep or eat, really? So I think they just spend all their time in here. I think they've just spent the entire time training and slowly getting better. So that's a thing. And we're working on this junk. I was doing, right, did we smooth? I think I smoothed there. More dorks! Yeah, make yourself a dork. Because Kobold needs dragon, yeah. So we stole them from the goblins, is really what happened. We were adventuring. We worked our way into some goblin trenches in a goblin fortress. They had a bunch of domesticated dragons. And because the adventurers were dead, the goblins didn't really register them as being enemies, right? I don't know if they would have attacked us anyway. The goblins didn't attack us. So we walked into their cavern and just kind of walked up to all the dragons and said, hey, you're our dragon now. You're a stray dragon. Come with me. So we just kind of adopted all the dragons, slaughtered the goblins on the way out, and then brought the dragons to our fortress. And since then, we've been breeding them. And it's been great. Gale, at least in this save, I have a wild magic sorcerer. Ooh, I have 2 wild magic mods that increases the wild magic at hand. I accidentally did a TPK because I triggered cast fireball at self. Classic. Classic. Send them out as 2-person squad to merc something. Oh, we're gonna do better than that. We're working on training up a 10-person squad. This is the dangerous bit. Oh, Frank Cuddles. You're already a dork. That's fair. I mean, you can have a graphical representation of your dorkiness. Dragons were like, sure, why not? The dragons don't care. Dragons don't care. But our 4th squad here, the Reticence of Midnight, I think honestly we might be in a position to send them out. I told them to get their gear, and they should all have a dragon assigned to them. We also have giant cave spiders. The mod that added the kobolds just added the giant cave spiders as a domesticated species for our entire race. So we just had people migrate in with giant cave spiders, which is great. And yeah, we have a bunch of our dragons are being owned by people. We have several others, and then here's like our original. We had 5 originally. I wonder if we lost one. Did we lose one? We might have lost one. But we started with 5. And then they are the parents of the rest of these. And some of these are assigned to this squad. And yeah, I think we're gonna... I mean, let's check their equipment. They're gonna say that they're missing chest pieces because I have like toga in there as well, just for coverage, but this looks great. That looks great. I'm gonna say we send out that squad. No thanks to giant cave spiders. Well, I'll have all for myself then. What's funny is that we haven't been able to really successfully set up a silk or a silk farm because they're domesticated. We haven't really been able to reliably prompt them to shoot webs. So they're like slightly less functional, but like way cooler. Gonna lurk, sounds good. Thanks for the lurk. I will do my best here. I'm scared to see if I'm just gonna TPK again. Good luck. Good luck. Spudera don't got anyone to attack. Yeah, they're just too friendly. They're just too friendly. So we're up here. Here's our world map. We are here. This is leopard bins. And then this is kind of our civilization up here. There's dwarves here. There's dwarves here. There's another kobold nation down here. There's another dwarf nation down here. And then there's like some humans and elves along all the edges. And then goblins kind of everywhere. There's a necromancer tower here. The necromancer tower here. Rather interconnected world? Yes. I very intentionally made a small world for this one. I knew that I wanted to do a lot of adventure mode. So I intentionally said, let's make a smaller one so that we can kind of get a familiarity for the whole world. I get kind of... It doesn't bug me, but it's like it always feels a shame when you have a gigantic world and it's just so gigantic and sprawling that you can't really get a feel for the whole thing, right? Like we've adventured in basically every corner of this world already, except for here. I want to go check out our volcano lands over here at some point. Hello, Lanix, how's it going? A desert to make a commerce choke point, right? Well, like the middle. So the whole middle of our continent is a giant lake, a giant forest, or a giant desert, and then an evil forest. Like this, the whole middle of our continent is very strange. Same in Stellaris, too big, too unmanageable. Yeah, I still haven't played Stellaris. How's it going? It's going good. Going good. We're picking a spot to send out our dragon squad. I know, so far we have destroyed this dark pits, and then there was a fortress here that was taken by goblins, and then we retook it. And that's kind of what we've done so far. This used to be a Kobold fortress. A lot of these things have been taken over by goblins. Here's the Spider of Wrath. The Insensitive Ghoul is one of our goblin civilizations. I think maybe we want to start pushing them back. I think maybe we go retake this Hillocks here. Because population of 60, that's a thing that we can take on 60, I think. I don't care about their livestock. I care about important treasures and prisoners. We are going to just pillage. We're just going to straight up pillage. Yeah. Have fun! Magic forest and lake, perfect for adventure. Yes, and the lake is a good lake. Like it's like a I don't think it's Joyous Wilds, but it's like a good aligned lake, and then a desert, and then an evil aligned forest. It's perfect. I'm so excited for boats. Boats will be great. It's gonna be a little bit, but boats will be great. That's a good amount. We're still slaughtering animals. We've gotten through a lot of our animals, surprisingly. Kia is still throwing a tantrum. The cut gems. Oh yeah, the rock crystals. We were talking about rock crystals. We finished our 1,000 lead coins. Oh my god. We have 500,000 lead coins. Why? Because we have too much lead. I've actually thought of something else to do with our lead. I think I know what our next project is going to be. But of course, now that we've dealt with the animals to a large extent, maybe we can resume on our glass ceiling. Yeah, let's see. I mean, what's our labor looking at right now? We have collect sand is always going to happen. Dig is happening. Everyone's drinking and eating, which is great, honestly. We're making our glass. We're making our steel. We're making our clothing. We're pasturing the giraffes. We're pillaging. We're pondering. We're slaughtering. We're sleeping. Shem is still socializing. We're spinning threads. We're storing items. Those are all good things. Those are all good things. I do want to give them a break. We are quite a grumpy fortress right now. So I want to give them a break to try and catch up on jobs and do some recreational stuff for their... I want to let them do some self-care. Okay, so that's good, right? So now we can just mine out a good chunk of this, actually. Right? There's not going to be anything in here. So we're going to do... Like, that's fine, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. I don't think there's going to be anything there. Let's go here and here. Alert. Thieves! Thief! Are we gonna get a siege? Am I gonna get to show people my labyrinth? I'm just gonna go ahead and close this door preemptively. Of course yeah, because that's gonna be the way they want to sneak in. This is the back entrance. But here, look! Go pillage channel find, and you're bringing your dragon! Oh my god, right? Oh my god! Go do it! Go do the thing! You going back inside? Where they... Have to be careful not to erase something with our thing here. Oh. Okay, they're gonna work on it. Of course, now they're gonna have to reroute out the other way, but that's gonna be the safer way. We appear to have chopped our logs from up here as well, so that's great. Here's where we're working on a glass ceiling for our artificial tree farm. Check out my fruit trees. Also my labyrinth. Used to house a minotaur, but it is gone now. Hey, there it is. A vile force of darkness has arrived, seeking a parlay. You are going to be disappointed. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to not respond to their parlay at the moment because I want our squad to get off the map first. I don't want them to get waylaid. Also our necromancer squad here. I wonder, you know, I might just disband this squad. You have, I mean, you're off duty and no orders, right? That shouldn't do anything to you. There's also a small siege. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least they're all ranged this time. Last time we had a siege, they were literally all ranged, and they had a very bad time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Oh, it even tells me. The dragon time? I think it's labyrinth time. I mean, we can put dragons in the labyrinth. Is a thing we can do. We could also just let... and see our wall patrol. I need to... Okay, hold on. We have people assigned to be patrolling our wall, but they end up outside. Like half the time. And I don't like that. We lost one to a giant last stream because the guard was outside. I'm going to activate my civilian alert just to make sure everyone gets inside. Our squad will ignore that, right? And then I want our, not you, but our ranged squad to definitely be inside. So I'm just going to station them here. Fortress is awesome. I love it so much. Thank you. I love it so much. But see, like you, yeah. So you're on your way out. You're on your way into station. I'm hoping this goes quicker than not, but we'll see. Here's one. Yeah, you're off to pillage. See, like this dragon, pet of Shiska? The names. Are you... Oh, but see, you're not part of this squad. Okay. Shiska. Okay. Sure. We were initially trying to domesticate rhinoceroses and use them for our squads instead of these dragons. But it turns out that rhinos aren't great for that. You know, you live and learn. But so now we just have a pasture full of these rhinoceroses that they're just gonna be here. All the babies, all the big baby rhinos. Okay. They're so cute. They're too cute. Okay, I wish I could easily just like see the locations of everyone in a squad. This squad ended up in here. That's totally fine. You're just socializing. That's fine, I guess. Who you belong to? You're the pet of Ty. So you... I hope we don't have the same problem. So you should be leaving. You're probably gonna go get food or something. And then you're on your way out. And then this is your dragon. Okay. I'm hoping they figure it out. At least, even if the dragons like have to go back and forth a couple times, they move so much faster than the rhinos. See, and then, interesting. Are they obeying the burrow order? That would be weird, right? If they're obeying the civilian alert? I don't think that's how that works. What's the tavern keeper's fighting? The bard punches the tavern keeper. Why? To them. Is there going to be a boat update someday? It is acknowledged as one of the things that he wants to do, but it is also one of the more difficult things to do. Simply because the way the game is built, everything exists within a tile. So to make an entity that encapsulates more than one tile, like a boat, is hard, is really, really hard. So there needs to be some groundwork laid for that to be possible, is my understanding. What was I just looking for? The tavern keeper. So the bard clearly started this. The bard kicks the tavern keeper in the body. You jerk. we did all of these, right? We might even want to dig some more. Mad Max Fortress. Little bit. The boat exists and probably larger land vehicles too, right? That'd be cool. So wagons exist, but they're like... They had to kind of cheat to make wagons work. Like, wagons don't move. You have a wagon when you show up in your fortress, and then you disassemble it, and that's it. It's not really a vehicle. But like actual vehicles would be cool. Jeez. And I'm hoping we have too much fat. We have too much fat. There's moving wagons. I guess there are moving wagons. You're right. The trade caravans can bring in wagons, but they're like the exception. Any thoughts on making a lava geyser defense system? My thought is yes. My thought is yes. I may or may not be planning something similar. My thought is that it would be very effective. Lava's great. Also, the lungfish, praise rivers, are the primary god in our civilization is the lungfish god of rivers. And we have naturally occurring lungfish here, just by coincidence. Praise rivers. They're slowly getting out. I think I want... Well, here, they're going. There's 2 more there. And there's 3 more to go. Yeah, I'll give them a chance. Because if they can get off the map, then nothing that happens here can touch them, really. That's all fine. That's because we're alerted. We just killed some rhinos. I'm okay with this. We're culling all of our herds. Of course, we've gained 0 frames. We're still at 20 frames a second, so that didn't really help us even. And then there's just gonna be so much fat. Our silly food stockpiles. And of course, the real solution to this is to turn all of our food into meals. They just nerfed meals like this week, hilariously. We go look at our prepared meals. We're 66. 60, so 22 muscle roasts, we're at 66 now. Was probably higher before, not that I really paid attention. Oh, also this. Can confidently say this is the best fort I've seen outside of Fortress Showcase videos. Oh, thank you. Wow, that's flattering. Maybe when we reach some sort of conclusion, I'll send it to someone to look at. Oh, what's going on here? Silly giraffes. Silly wild giraffes. We should just... Should I just get rid of the giraffes? How much time are we spending repasturing our giraffes? The little ones. The baby animal art is just too much for me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the baby giraffes. Plus the baby rhinos. The baby rhinos I cannot handle. For the record, I watch a lot of Dwarf Fortress content. Oh, well, cool. Well, here's some more for you. So this is episode 50. This is stream number 50 of this series. Not just Dwarf Fortress for me, just like this Leopard Bends. This is episode 50. Do you have enough barrels for the food? We sure do. The problem here... So this is prepared food and booze. And then this is just like ingredients. And then here's the barrels. We have barrels. The problem is that because we've been adventuring and returning to this fortress, something that happens when you reclaim a fortress is that all of the items inside containers are no longer inside the containers. And I believe this is a bug. I've seen a lot of speculation back and forth. It is I see it in the bug tracker. It is listed as a bug, but it's also been there for a decade. So I don't know. Like when you abandon a fortress and return, the stuff gets scattered, and that makes perfect sense to me. But when you reclaim, like you retire and reclaim, so the fortress was held by your civilization the whole time, all of your stuff still gets scattered everywhere. So what happens is we had a very tidy stockpile filled with barrels that was like a third full. And then when we reclaim, all that stuff just like spreads out into the rest of the stockpile. And then now there's no room to put in a barrel to put the things into the barrel. Hi, Smitchell. Oh, 100 bits. Thanks. Wow, thank you. How is the unnest of chowders on this fine time zone? It is very we are very right now. We're attempting to send out a squad and hope that our parlaying goblins don't get too rambunctious here. We're sending out a squad with dragons. So they're on their way out. And then once they are safely off the map, I'm gonna let our goblin friends have fun with our labyrinth. You're on your way out. Dragon Squad, it's so good. We're working on reducing the number of creatures. We have too many dragons. Look at our dragons. Not to mention the cave spiders and the beak dogs and Trash Mac. Hi, everyone's here. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday, everyone. You're still going, right? Like I'm skipping things. Knowing Dwarf Fortress, is that literally a decade? Yes. Like I want to say that the original bug that I was seeing in there was like from 2014 or something ridiculous. Can't have too many dragons. 17 frames. I mean, we're hovering at 20. We're hovering around 20. I think we're losing a little bit right now because of our siegers. So this squad is fine, right? I think. Now see, you were here, you're here. I can get them all out. Are you not? Why do you not have your stuff? Where's your backpack? Where's your water skin? You have a water skin, but you do not. I'm gonna say, let's make a handful more of those in case we actually need those. I have a hunch that there's a bunch in a bin somewhere. But, you know. I'll just make 10 more of each. Have to wait for dinner to finish cooking. Yeah, that's fair. Balm of Kobold Fortress on this fine day. Lentil soup instant pot recipe found on Google that didn't want me to pre-cook every ingredient. Ooh. One pot meals are great. Or instant pot. Okay, yeah, cool. We don't actually have an instant pot. You're like a crock pot. We do something with more bean soup. Oh, I love bean soup. One of my favorite recipes that I can make is a crock pot bean soup with a ham hock, and it is delicious. Yeah, let me know. At least you have your gear. I won't be too upset if you can get off the map with and not die, but devouring salad. Food is a good thing. Crock pots are the classic Midwest staple pantry item. I had to start it 5 hours ago. That is the thing about crock pots, is they require a little bit of foresight. And you are so slow. The problem with the game running slow is that it's hard to tell if it's like... And see, now you're like on your way back into sleep, and you're hungry. Okay. I don't want them to get hit by our siege here. A curry that's been cooking in a crock pot all day. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I've done like an actual crock pot curry. We've done curry. Oh, thanks for the Prime sub. Thanks for the Prime sub. Wow, thank you. Oh, you little dorks. Oh, you little dorks. Let's go check down here. That all got dug. Of course, this level doesn't have a drain, does it? I waffle between crock-potting black beans for 5 hours, just cooking them on the stove for 5 hours. Instapot is done in 1 hour or less, yeah. I mean, if it's gonna be on the stovetop for the same amount of time, I feel like the crock pot makes the apartment less hot than like an actual stovetop, right? I feel like a lot of the stovetop heat just ends up in the air, but a crock pot's like it's all just in there. Okay, how do we want to deal with this? How do we deal with this? It's -8 centigrade today, so heat is not a factor. That's fair. I mean, our apartment is so stupid. It's not quite that cold here, but like our apartment does not get airflow, or like we're just like in the middle of the unit, right? So even in the middle of winter, like it can get really warm in here without any effort. Okay. Something that I've done in the past, and I don't know if it's gonna really work here. I guess we could do like a door? Sometimes it's nice to like pop the water and let the water kind of flow on the ground and then pop the magma. And they can kind of take care of each other. It's not connected, right? That's, yeah, okay. I think that's gonna be what I do here. So yeah, I'm gonna mine out that tile. Okay, now I want to check on where people are at. We have 3 people in this squad who have not left the map. We have Azarus. It's going to sleep, so you're fine. You're like but you're fine. Shaz is working on pillaging, and you are out. I think you're headed north, right? So you're headed away from where the goblins would be, so that's totally fine. As long as you actually get away. And then Zaspy is down here, and you want to get out. And you're gonna try. I mean, I think we want to get rid of these invaders. So I'm going to close some doors. Pull that one. I'm gonna pull our little bypass doors. And then usually I'd pull these so that they're forced to go down and up, but I'm not gonna bother right now because I think we're clear, or at least as clear as we're gonna be. And I'll give them a moment to actually pull those. Crockpot curry does sound good. We didn't really make big plans for dinner. We're gonna do like chicken nuggets for dinner, probably. Can keep that level cold. I'll keep the 50s in sun for now while we can. Yeah. I mean, the Pacific Northwest is so mild. It's hard not to love it here, I think. I kind of miss the snow a tiny bit, but not that much. Last house I lived in, every day the temp dropped below 10°C, second floor would exceed 40. Oh god. And we got insulation in the exterior walls, old houses didn't have insulation. That makes sense. That's pretty severe though. 50 degrees centigrade, that's a lot. Yeah, 50 F this time of year is terrifying. No, that's how it is. At least in the low-lying areas. Like here, if you're near the water, then you're at sea level, right? Like here, last week it was like we got up to 60 last week. We usually hover around 40 to 50 all winter long, and then we get, you know, some cold snaps. Sometimes we'll have some freezes overnight. But it does not get that cold, like all winter. In summer tinderbox conditions, we do have a prominent fire season here for sure, but it can also, ideally, it also gets really wet. Like we don't get as much snowpack. We get snowpack in the mountains. The mountains definitely get their snowpack, but like down here, there's no snow. It's very rare for snow to be happening on the lowlands. All that stuff got cut, so we're pulled. So we are going to deny this request. Petition denied. Come at me. But as long as we're getting our rain, like through the spring, like all probably starting in March, maybe all the way through June even, we get quite a bit of rain. So ideally, even though it's not getting really cold, we're still getting a lot of moisture. But of course, you know, how long that will stay the case, who knows? Be surprised how much heat you lose with no insulation. I mean, probably I'd be surprised, but I do believe it. We're gonna follow Dastot Griffin Chamber here. Seems to be the leader. A former member of the Smith of Air, which is a dwarven civilization near us. And yeah, you're a member of the Insensitive Ghoul, which is the Goblin Civ. The Sins of Ransacking. You're a member of the Scourge of Empires. Excellent. Oh, there's our secret entrance. Our speak friend and enter entrance. Grew up in Idaho, and dry, warm winters were always followed by dry, smoky summers. I grew up in Colorado, so that was pretty similar. PNW is a huge area, true. Easily 4 times as New England. I guess that's true. We do have a pretty, you can have a pretty stark difference in climate, just in like we're pretty near the coast here. But if you go like to the other half of Washington State, if you go across the Cascades, it's high plains over there. It's a completely different climate on the other side of the state. And we get all their rain. They're living in our rain shadow, right? So it can get way drier over there. Literally 2 different things and way more racist on the state. I mean, I think every state has the city centers are one thing and the outlying areas are other things. And just the average is just slightly different. We live in a purple country. I will say that. Rainy in some places, whole middle of Washington is dry, absolutely. Yeah, the whole eastern half can be quite dry. I was a little surprised by how drastic of a difference at the other side of the Cascades was when I went over there. When we moved to Washington, we drove from Colorado to Washington. We went up through Wyoming, up through like Idaho and through that way. So we came in through that way, and it's like everything felt like Colorado, and then we went through a mountain pass and then came down, and it was like a hurricane. There was a pretty windy rainstorm going on when we were first driving here. I was trying to drive down that mountain pass in a big budget truck. That was our introduction to the area. And Oregon, totally. Never been to Idaho, but I heard it's got some cool spots. It does. It's definitely one of those big open plains kinds of states. There's some cool spots, though. It reminded me of Wyoming. A little more mountainous, but even Wyoming's mountainous. Wyoming's got mountains. Been to Leavenworth? I've been to Leavenworth! I know what you're talking about. It's great. That was cute. We spent a weekend with some friends in Leavenworth. It was great. Never left Washington. I wanna, but I love it here so much. I mean, it's great here, but you gotta see some of it, right? Coming from flat as fuck Michigan and then coming out to Washington and coming to the hills, where what got me the most, oh the hills. Oh, the hills. When we first moved here, I was driving a sad little manual Chevy Aveo. And in Colorado, it did not matter because Colorado is relatively flat. Like, we got mountains, but we weren't living in the mountains, right? We were living on the Front Range, which is pretty dang flat. As far as like the roads you have to drive, Colorado is pretty dang flat. And then moving out here, and you're in the middle of downtown, and the road is made of little cobbles, and it's at like a 45-degree angle, and it's raining, and you're at a stoplight. I hated it. We have a different car. We have a different car now, but that sucked. That was brutal. Ace's mom lives out on the foothills of Rainier. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's not too far. Where are you going? You giving up already? You haven't even made it you haven't even made it in yet. Go on. Go on. They don't even know what they're in for yet. Yeah, come on. I want you in. I want you in before you start experiencing. Because they're about to experience. Strodno here is about to have an experience. Okay, come on. Come on, go on in. Okay, so we're gonna close this lever. and they're all gonna have fun. Every single one of these traps, every single one of these weapon traps contains 10 silver spiked balls. So enjoy. And you're gonna get through one. Nope. Dead. Dead goblin. How about you? And see, they're gonna see, and you clogged up a corpse even. Or clogged up a trap even. I'm hoping no one's gonna come out here. They're on their civilian alert, so no one should come out here. Come on. Oh, okay, so that first one is clogged. Oh, you made it through! You actually made it through! You are stunned, winded, faint, heavily bleeding, and seriously injured, but you actually made it through. Beetle terror, excellent. Live in Rhode Island, can't go to some parts of the state without driving through Massachusetts. The states over there blow my mind. Growing up in Colorado, like I was born in California, I lived in Colorado, now I live in Washington. So in my mind, states are like something you have to drive for several hours to get out of. You got weird states over there. How can anyone live in a flat area, just stand on top of a step, still see the whole state? I mean, some spots you didn't even need to get on a stepping stool. Denver itself is in kind of a high spot on the Front Range, and you can just see the whole state. I mean, so this is deep Uncharted lore, I guess. In Colorado, there's an amphitheater called Red Rocks, which is very famous and amazing. But it's in the foothills, and then as you're in the amphitheater, you can look out over the Front Range and the plains out there. And when it's clear in daytime and you're just looking out, you can see forever. Like I swear you can see all the way to Kansas from there. It's nuts. It's nuts. Or when I was in college, one of the dorm buildings was like several stories tall. So I lived on like the 11th story of a dorm, and you'd look out the window, and I swear you would see the next area code. Don't exactly miss it, but I do miss the fact that we actually had 4 seasons. Yeah. There are no mountains here like the West Coast. It's claustrophobic feeling. There's nothing in the distance. Yeah. Well, it's like it's all... Like, I haven't spent much time out there, but it's like, it's all built in, right? Like out in Colorado, you can see the field, and it's field. It's not just houses. It's like there's actual open space out there. It's an exaggeration, of course, but I find it really funny that everyone is like pretty much. You a fan of D&D? I love D&D. Oh, look at them go. Look at them go! Blend! Blend, my goblins! You're getting into the second set, even. Maybe. Nope, there he goes. So this is my labyrinth. It used to have a minotaur, but then the minotaur died. And then we turned the minotaur into a zombie, and then it ran away. So we don't have a minotaur anymore. Some states are cute. Like the whole east coast of the US. I guess I spent some time in New York. I've been to New York City, and I've been to upstate New York. But other than that, I have not really spent time on the East Coast. I've been in airports, like, transferring. But, like, that hardly counts, right? as far as like spending time in a place and actually getting to know what's going around, I know basically nothing of the entire East Coast. New York City is very unique, yes. Visiting New York is what convinced me that I'm okay with not being in the biggest city. Like, Denver and Seattle are cities. They're large cities, right? But they are not like New York. And I am way okay with that. I am so okay with that. Sitting here at 4 frames a second because goblins. But they'll get through it. They'll figure it out. They're trapped inside. There's nowhere they can go. There's a roof on this holding thing. There's literally no way out. Skyscrapers are rare and they have a lot of them and no green space. I mean, they have some green space, but not as much as I want. I would have died if I hadn't lived in London before I visited. Yeah. New York is can be a shock. Like, I can imagine if you'd never been in a big city at all, and then just go straight to New York, that would be a shock. Philly has been making a comeback. That's fair. I've never been to Philly. I've only heard about Philly. I've heard its reputation, but I've never actually been there. If I could afford to live in New York, I would try it, but I need to make $1 million. Yup. Chicago's just broad. That's true. I've seen, like, I want to say that I've seen maps of Chicago, or like flown over it. And it's just, yeah, it sprawls. Denver's kind of the same way. I don't think it's quite as big as Chicago, but like it sprawls in a very similar way. Because like Denver's not really constrained by its geography. Like Seattle is the size it can be because of the water. And in Chicago, there's water on one side, but like it just keeps going out, right? And Denver's the same way. It just keeps going. Okay, you're gonna make it through here, right? Because both of these jammed. Because there's a dwarf in my trap. My goodness. But this one, that one jammed. And that one jammed. So really, the limit to our labyrinth here is how many bodies they can shove in our traps. So you're gonna get through. Which means you are one of the very few number of people who've actually made it through the first half or third even of our labyrinth. No one's even made it to here. No one's ever made it to that side. I think we're gonna go in there and clean this up manually at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna take squad number 2. Click on it, please. I can tell the game is chugging because clicking is weird. I'm just gonna give them a kill order on these last 3. 1, 2, 3. Maybe both of these even? You can ignore your station request. And then I'm going to open up our bypass levers, or bypass gates, so that our people can get to them more quickly. So it has that mountain range in the way. It also has that. You have to go a little far out to get to the mountain. But like the water, like we have water on 3 sides. It's weird. Seattle is the big city for me because I grew up out in the boonies. Seeing New York City scares me. Yeah. Oh, and LA. LA. You want to talk about sprawl? LA is sprawl. LA is just too much cars. Yeah. I'd say a part of Midwestern cities is that they are very private feeling. That's interesting. I don't know if I've heard it put that way before. I think the whole US could be more concerned about air pollution if it didn't all blow out to the sea on the East Coast. Yeah, you know? I know we talked about it in Colorado because, like, the smog would get trapped against the mountains. Did we... Nope, you're over there. Okay. Our main streets and shopping locations, other than that, unless you got a car, you're nowhere. Yeah, I mean, that's just the US, right? We love our cars. We sure do love our cars. Okay. Everything's canceled. Everyone's dead. Now we're finding dead cave blobs. Our cave blobs have been slowly dying as well. Interesting. What's going on? Interesting. Oh, you got hit by a minecart. Oh, they're getting hit by minecarts, of course. Lots of things got made. All good. Okay. Whole US trapped in a car. Yep. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like European cities because they've been around for longer than 500 years. Yeah. So I feel left out. You shouldn't feel left out because we're all just here being jealous of your cities. I don't know if I'm jealous of London. London is definitely a modern city in the same way. But I feel like there's some cooler cities out there. I live in a city with 60,000. I traveled to a few bigger cities, and the traffic just pissed me off. Yeah. Welcome to the city. We went to a very old school, and my best friend married an American. We used to love telling her that we had chairs in our school older than her country. Oh. Yep. You tried it. Jeez, I can't even click on you. There you go. Dead. And then there were two. You're slowly making it over. Here comes a hammer lord. Okay. Now comes the active part of our defense. You actually have a silver warhammer and all of your bronze gear. Wow, look at that. Some of them are actually using their equipment. US is a young country. It's true. Europe is where the history comes from. It's like that's an Eddie Izzard joke. Yeah. I like the US in many ways. The people and the nature, many of the cities, great. Other things, big red flags. Yeah. What do you mean? What concerns you, JM? Is it the globe-spanning military-industrial complex beholden to the whims of actual children? I don't see why that would be concerning. This is where they go to escape the history. You don't look like you have your stuff on. You look like you're missing some bits. Why do you have a forbidden warhammer? How do you have a forbidden warhammer? How does that work? Our culture dependency not great, but also our country is the size of the whole of Europe. Yeah, and that's all individual countries. US is a lot of empty land. Yeah, less so than it used to be. One thing that was definitely striking about growing up in Colorado was it used to be a bunch of empty fields. It's not anymore. Like there's still open spaces, but it got built in. Got built in pretty quick. How you doing there, goblin? Oh, you lost your nose. Got your nose. Also the rest of you. here's Bex. Here's naked Bex. Okay, there's that one taken care of. So now there's just literally one left. And you cannot escape. That is my favorite part of this labyrinth, I think. Even if we don't manage to kill everyone with our traps, which, let's be honest, they're pretty deadly. If any goblin sees it and doesn't die to it, I can trap them inside and just murder them, and they don't get the information back to their civ. So we've used these traps for several goblin sieges at this point, but none of them know that they're there because there's no survivors. I don't think we've had any siegers escape. Every time I visit my hometown, there's like 20 new developments. Yep. If the US embraced trains, it would improve a lot, but I think for that to work, you'll need to change how it thinks about government intervention. Yeah, we're trying. The trick with trains is that you need, like, there needs to be some amount of density for trains to make sense, right? Like the north and south along both coasts would make great sense for high-speed trains, but like a high-speed rail train going from East Coast to West Coast would never make financial sense. US thinks too short-term for trains to work. The whole world thinks too short-term, just period. That's just business. That's just stock market. And yes, you can brew pigtails, but you can't cook them. You could do rail in big cities, East Coast easy, but once you want to go across the whole, it gets crazy expensive. Yep, they're working on a high-speed rail from LA to Las Vegas. But like, where do you go from there? That's like literally just A to B. That's the whole thing. Australia does it. That's fair. But their cities are also like, they're not going straight across the whole outback, right? They're going along the coast where the cities are, I assume. No one is Oklahoman's gonna catch a train. Not to go far, right? Not because they want to commute to Denver. East Coast and West Coast, big lines with branch lines. Yeah. Which we have rail. Like we have trains. We just don't have like a good train network. We don't support our trains, but they do exist. Oh, look, he's dead. Okay. We're good. Siege done. Gonna clear the alerts, gonna open these doors and hope that gives us our frames back. And now you get to see my garbage collection. I'm gonna open up here as well. Where? Here. Hopefully our attacking squad can make it out now. Hopefully they had a chance to sleep and grab food and such. All their orders are concluded because they murdered everyone. Going to unforbid all the people we murdered and all their teeth. And then I'm going to open this gate. Because this stockpile allows goblins and basically nothing else. Goblins, I think it should probably take dwarves as well, because there was a dwarf in there. Dwarves. And then same thing here. We'll just... should be able to take all the goblin stuff, and I think that's fine. And then all the equipment is going to get moved elsewhere. But this minecart goes down to our incinerator. So we're just gonna toss all these corpses in the minecart and toss it down and call it good. Not gonna lie, I'd argue sleeper trains across the US is the answer if you want to take into account the pollution of trains. The ultimate problem, in my mind, is that yes, from a pollution standpoint, from a cost effectiveness standpoint, it makes perfect sense. From a Americans don't want to spend that long traveling from A to B, it won't work. As long as planes are an option and they are faster and more convenient, there's a very large number of people who will just refuse. If you get too close to this bridge, it's already been pulled. I hope you don't get squished here. Please no squish. Okay, good. Oh, there's our frames. Well, there were some of them. Should get opened too, right? It's incredible how that gate is what does it. Yep, there we are. And then there's that. And then they'll work on cleaning this up. And then look, we got some goblinite. We got a silver whip, we got an iron shield. Iron mail shirt. Iron crossbow, iron helm. Got some good loot here. Plenty of bolts. Talking like you take 10% of the military budget and put in rail kind of talk. Yeah, man, can you imagine? Can you imagine a moonshot for transit? Would love high-speed rail, but cross-country is not where you need to build it. People fly between Boston and New York daily for work. Yeah, yeah. Which is absurd. Like, that should absolutely be a train ride. And we've railroad there already, yes. Talking like if we use any percent of the military budget on anything else. Yeah, no joke. Yeah. I agree. I agree. It's mostly a matter of setting priorities, and that is not our strong suit. When we all agree on something, we can do some great stuff. In every other situation, we are like completely useless. Honestly surprised they haven't put more of that into East Coast with just how often they do that sort of stuff. Yeah, car lobby, truck lobby. Just even... Yeah, it's just a combination of everything. Looking back on like when cars were first invented and the amount of like the intention behind how the car industry, I'm gonna use the word brainwash, into into thinking that every square foot needs to be a parking lot and that everyone needs a car. Like the amount of time that it took for us to go from, here's a car, it's a new thing, who ever heard of that before, to literally every person must have a car in order to survive in this country was less than a generation, right? Like, it happened so dang fast. It's hard not to think about it in, like, terms of nefariousness. Look, a minecart full of goblin teeth. Had a nurse who would fly from Idaho to Tukwila on a weekly basis to work for us before heading back home because it was cheaper to get a hotel over here than drive every day with how long it was. I mean, that's a longer one. Like, there's no train connecting those two. That makes a tiny bit more sense, but still, that's a lot of flying. I looked at a train from New York to Baltimore and it was expensive. Got the bus instead. I believe that. Amtrak is required to invest their funding in cross-continent rail lines and maintenance that are a money sink. Yeah. Externalities of air is expensive, but it's not calculated in fact. Yeah. Well, it's like it's abstracted away from the average person, right? We don't have to think about it. If Amtrak was allowed to take the money generated from the Northeast Corridor and invest it back in, we'd have high-speed rail. Reminds me of the post office. Sketching out conceptually how wearing a long yoga can accommodate a kobold. Kobold tail. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Where did you get the teeth? From the goblins. Those are goblin teeth. From the mouths of goblins. Look how clean we just got that. They just all ran outside and cleaned it up. It's gonna take us a moment to get all this junk out of there too, but all that carnage is now in the minecart. They even cleaned up the blood. And that took less time than the siege itself. These kobolds are dedicated to the shiny, if nothing else. I think people really underestimate how bad plains are environmentally if you start to cost up in terms of its contribution to wildfires and flood defenses, the math shifts. No one wants to do that math, though. No one wants to think about it in like big holistic terms like that. That's what really gets me. Oh, and then all our water dried. Whoops. Let's do it like this. Let's do... I don't think there's enough room in here for this to dry out entirely. No one wants to hear the math, plenty of people do it. Yeah, that's true. Are all... I guess they're all warm, right? Okay. How do we want to go about this? I think what's going to happen here... I'm going to say... Like, there could be something hiding right here, right? So I'm going to channel here. That will reveal if there's anything, and if there is, it'll just get flooded with water, which is not that big of a deal. Instead of, like, melting something in magma accidentally. There's also, like, over here. Could be something there. Do I just do a couple pokes? I'm just gonna do a couple pokes back here. I'm saying there's water. So there could be... I mean, there could be something right there even. Interesting. Let's do here. Structure-wise, a toga is just two large sheets of linen, one on front and one on back, connected by the top with a space for the head and wrap around the body. Yeah, back sheet draped over the tail. That's kind of what I was thinking. Honestly, yeah, but a classical toga is pretty snug. Well, it's like, it's snug on top, right? But it's like, and then you like cinched around the waist and then it has like a loose bit, right? I imagine it's like a skirt. Like a loose skirt on the bottom. Like, you wouldn't, if you had a tail, you wouldn't really have to account for it with a skirt. We also have skirts. We can also make a lot of skirts. I imagine just flopping out there. What's funny is that when you, like, as far as game mechanics go, I've noticed in adventure mode that if you're wearing like a male shirt and you get hit in the tail, the male shirt protects it. I don't know how that works. If you want to figure out how to chain mail a tail, chain tail. But that's apparently how it works. That definitely looks like something. And this is all, this is all connected, right? It would almost be rather, I would almost rather, like coming down to this level, which is going to be difficult on its own, but if we could drain it out the edge, maybe that's what we do. If we can get down here, and then down here, and then drain out this way, and it would drain out this as well. I think that's the plan. Or I'm gonna send our squad down here just in case something pops out. Since that happens. Amtrak, the passenger rail company, isn't private, it's national passenger rail, yeah. Which means they don't... I don't know, I want to have public transportation, like publicly owned transportation, but also the way that we do that means that it's like way harder for them to operate, right? But it's not like because it like naturally has to be that way. It's because people have axes to grind. Tulem the Bard is throwing a tantrum. Who's that? Maybe overthinking it. I think it should work. I think it should be fine. Like, I don't, for something like a toga, I don't think you would need to like put a, like, you wouldn't need to have a hole and then have your tail go through it, right? I think you just have your tail under the toga and then it just kind of is down there. I imagine the tails are like dragging behind them most of the times. Like if they can reach the floor, then they're just kind of dragging behind. They're not like cat tails where they go way up on the back of their head, right? Not trying to get into serious debate, not an expert. I just like trains. I like trains too. I mean, no, you're all fine. I think I will redirect us to dwarf conversations, if only because I like thinking about dwarves more. At least I understand these things. It's all good. We need more rail. You make any minecarts? We do have minecarts. We have waste management minecarts. They're not running their tails are low. I think I agree. So we have minecart here. We have minecart here, specifically for labyrinth cleanup. And then those go down to our little staging area here. There's also a minecart here coming up from the kitchen. So as we've been butchering many things, that all that waste gets here. After it rots for a while in the butcher shops, I thought we had caught up on this. But like, here's all our rotten giraffe stuff. And then it goes down here, and then into these hatches, and then it just burns. That's how we deal with our garbage. You have any rail-based weaponry at the moment? Not at the moment. That was kind of the thought between the 500,000 lead coins. I think you want rail-based weaponry? How about 500,000 lead coins in a minecart down a hill and to your face? Watching Good Will Hunting, and I haven't seen this movie in so long. Kind of forgot how different Matt Damon one was with longer hair. That is an old movie, isn't it? Wow. Okay, well, we didn't reveal anything here. So that's good, right? Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Is that what we wanted? Okay, well, we found more water. Quite literally just a shotgun. Yes, exactly, a dwarven shotgun. Oh, OBS doesn't want to scroll sometimes. Top 10 DF moments: accidentally forgetting to make a water source, cutting down all trees, forgetting to change leaf fallow to plant stuff, going mad because you don't get a piece of linen, togas, giant cave spiders, flooding your fortress with magma, forgotten beast that is a magpie, and number 1, a werebeast. We have not seen werebeasts in this fortress yet. Kind of surprising. Using dwarven shotguns are filled with a bunch of weapons and such. Yeah, but we have lead. We have way too much lead. We have a very silver-based fortress, so we have a bunch of lead as a byproduct. Pants are simpler, buttons up on both sides. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. We got like tearaways. And migrants? We're still getting migrants? Okay. Sure. Apologies for getting on transit, no worries. I have lobbied Congress on this topic on the past. That's fair. I'm somewhat jealous of your proximity. In like a... Not like actually jealous, but like the fact that you have those opportunities. I'd have to travel all the way across the country to go talk to my federal representation, right? Like a local representation, sure, but like... I'm not making it over there. Sorry to say. So I appreciate that other people do and can. And no worries about topics. I'm mostly just changing gears for the sake of freshness, but like I don't want to limit conversation topics just because, like, especially these kinds of conversations, because they're what we deal with, right? They're the milieu in which we exist right now, and it's worth talking about. But I don't know. Maybe this is too much inside baseball, but like my thoughts for like streaminess is we want to be chill, right? But chillness does not mean like stifling conversations. The chillness is like we can have a chill conversation about unchill things. I'm okay with that. Just like I don't want to like immediately divert all conversation to like the happy things only. I feel like that's not quite what I'm here for. But also dwarves, also kobolds, also video games. We found more water. Hooray. So I think what we're gonna do here, I do want to go down. What about like here? So that's a little hard to get to. I'm not gonna do that. We could do like... Maybe now is just where I would... Arg. I'm trying to think of like the most effective way to do this, but I don't know that this is an efficiency question. I think this is a get it done question. There could be something hiding up there. Right? Yeah. Could be something hiding here. I meant to dig here. The other thing that we can do... I mean, I would love to just drain this, but I don't know how feasible that's going to be. Because I can't go down through... I can't get here. I mean, I could drain the water and then get back there and then drain the magma, right? If I'm draining the magma off the map, then I don't need the water for it. So I can just dig through here, which that's granite and that's obsidian. That's interesting. Maybe we want to... Because there could be something here, right? Maybe that's what we want to do first. I think that's what we're doing. I'm going to continue trying to explore in these holes so we don't just knock people in. That was not... That goes there. Heck, I'm gonna take them. Not everyone can. Gotta represent right. Like, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you recognizing that opportunity and taking it, right? Because a lot of people don't. I have to wonder if this new update to the food nerf is prepared meals is going to be the start of rework of both trading and the migrant system when it comes to generated well stuff. I am really curious as well. It's really interesting how that just snuck in as like an item in an otherwise like bug fix kind of an update when that's been a thing for so long, right? Like it's really hard to it's hard to get inside Tarn's brain. Like is it like he's working on other systems in the wealth sphere and the trading sphere that made him want to update the food thing? Or was it just like, oh, here's some low-hanging fruit, I can fix that real quick? In which case it's like, why did it take 10 years, right? And it's quite nice we don't get too into despair here, I agree. And yes, Kobold togas, I mean, everything about Kobold life here is really fun to think about. It's fun to think about, like, the domestic lives of very fantastical creatures, I think. I like that kind of contrast in content. Hello, Anthric. How's it going? Your capybaras have been giving us putting us to work. And oh, good. Good thing we have our squad station down here. We're actually prepared for this one. What did we just find? We just found something. It's right there. Slayer of Uthar. A large lizard in humanoid form composed of steam. It bellows and cheers without pause. It was created by the dwarven god Gigan Crushed Cyclone, the first Zenith, and is a part with chaos, death, and war. That is metal. Oh, that is the most metal description. Oh my god. Bara Empire needs more forged swords. Be fine. Yeah, Steam, the first thing I think of when I think of death, war, and chaos. Yup. No, I'm really curious what composed of steam means, right? Like, I've seen forgotten beasts made of some weird stuff, but I've never seen a beast of retribution. Forgotten divine retribution. Like, is it just gonna go tss and evaporate, or do we actually have to kill this? It is incurious, but emotionally obsessive. It's also blind. Why wouldn't it be? It certainly doesn't have eyeballs. He has an ability to read emotions fairly well. Preferably away from your base. I don't think it can get out to the world without going through the base. Okay, well, the abysmal horses. This is what you're here for. At least I'm presuming this thing is going to be hostile. I'm presuming. I'm gonna remain stationed here, just in case. But I'm just gonna go frame by frame. It's gonna pop out and murder this our miner, right? Maybe. It's gonna climb. Here it comes. It didn't just evaporate. Never mind. Is that literally it? Was that literally it? Oh, and it has another one of these weird crossbows. We now have 2 divine metal crossbows. The scholar bats the flying blistered metal bolt out of the air with the bronze pick. The miner blocked a crossbow bolt with a pick. And then just became steam. Huh. The goblin spearmaster stabs the slayer in the upper body, breaking away the tissue. But it evaporated before it even got hit. The combat logs can kind of be weird sometimes, if like things that happen simultaneously or sometimes in like the wrong order. So I think Bax just poked it. Hey look, a toga. Bax put on a toga. I think Bax poked it and it just went psst. And now we have some loot. It's interesting that it's wearing something. It's wearing stuff very similar to the capybara angel, which was made by a different god. And it's all fabric. A fabric helm. A fabric helm. Oh, Kappa Angel. Oh, yeah. I'll show you the Cappy Angel. Soup time. Okay, have a good one, Mitchell. Thanks for coming by. It's good to see you. We're gonna keep finding weird things down here. It's steam, but it can't just whoosh, whoosh, up in the air and go out of the pit. It has to climb. Yeah, it had to climb out of the pit, and then when it got poked, it went. Psst. It's like a balloon filled with steam. you just prick it, and it all escapes. Divine hot air balloon. Exactly. Okay. I want to find a. I want to add our new crossbow to our other one. But I'll show you the angel. It's this level, right? Here. I have to look at it through this menu anyway. It has gotten a couple kills now, so it has a name. This is an eyeless capybara in human form. It bears malodorous pustules. Its clear hair is long and straight. It was created by the kobold god Odor and is a part with blight, death, deformity, disease, and rebirth. Yeah, we have pictures in our Discord. Orion has given us some very lovely depictions of. I hate clear hair so much. Divine. In my mind, I imagine like Diablo angels. Like they're weird like luminescent tendrils. I kind of imagine that. It's not clear in a technical sense, but that's kind of what I imagine. Hey, look, our stockpiles are finally getting collapsed. How's our food stockpile? Still terrible. Okay, I'm just gonna let them cook. I'm gonna let them cook. Oh, we should do some more dye as well. I bet you need more dye. But I can just mill plants on repeat with all these, and they're all set up to go. I mean, not so metal. I mean, the description was really metal. What's more metal than spending eternity trapped in a rock and then being released finally and then just immediately evaporating when someone pokes you? Okay, so then here's that other rotted fabric stuff is there, and then we have short blistered metal bolts and a sleek blistered metal crossbow. I'm gonna put... Do I put all the clothing here? I'm gonna put all the clothing on this one. What if the hair is clear in the sense that there is never a misunderstanding? No matter what the hair is doing, you'll always know exactly what it's up to. What's these, right? I think I'm just gonna... do that. And then I'm just gonna add the other bolts here. Why not? Why not? We're gonna end up with quite a bit of gear for our next adventure. Our next adventure is gonna be very fun. So there's the thin bolts. Oh no, the jagged blistered metal cap. Okay, so I want the bolts there. I want the crossbow here. Gotta get back to editing poorly, and later I need to slather myself in mud and yell at streetlights, but you reminded me I had a DF experiment I needed. Okay, have fun. Do your thing. Long blistered metal crossbow. And then I want that that helm here too. Yeah, we have a fabric helm, but there was also a A blistered metal helm. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. Congratulations, everyone! You did it! None of you were injured, right? You're stressed. Fair. Those were indeed words in an order. Okay, well, you're safe for now, right? You, afraid after experiencing trauma, you didn't even get hit. You blocked. Where do I... You've been here for a while. Okay. Probably gonna run back upstairs now, right? No job? Why not? We still have mining here to do. It opened up a nice spot, though. Floor. Oh, that's a hot one. That's totally fine. And then there we go. And then this is the edge, right? So there I don't think there's gonna be... There could be something over here, but I'm not gonna... I don't think we need to go that far. I think we can mine out this, which will let out all this water. And then I think we can mine out this. We can mine out a lot of this now. I'm gonna say like this, and that will let it drain out more slowly. Maybe we do that here too. Right? And then this we can deal with. And then once this is all drained, we're gonna go over here and dig down. I think I like this plan. Well, as my game of Delta Green has taught me, even seeing something as messed up as a giant Lozard made of steam can be traumatizing. True. I mean, it was probably pretty alarming, right? You're just mining through some rock and then a steam lizard pops out. And worse, it has a gun! Who saw that coming? I think I'm done with the dangerous spots for the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and let our squad head back upstairs while we deal with the rest of this. I wonder if our squad... Oh. Did they just return? No. We're being visited by a known suspect person. Did our squad come back? No. They're on this mission. Why are we missing someone? I don't know what happened there. I hope they can figure out how to get off the map. Just realized I set my planters to everybody does this. Yeah. I had that for a while. I think I only switched that over just recently, even. It's only dyed cloth. Yeah, okay. It's only for like 2 or 3 seasons it was the end of the world. He died. I mean, apparently. But I don't know how... Like, this squad is still attempting to get off the map. There shouldn't be anything happening with it while it's still trying to move around like that, right? I thought. I'm gonna mine here to let out this magma. Now that there's water on the ground, it should be fine. we'll have to be careful about over here and over here. I mean, for that matter, we can, like, smooth. And smooth here. Maybe here. Depression. Our mood is slowly going down. Our mood is just slowly sliding. And one of my fiats for this fortress was no waterfalls. And I feel it. Oh yeah, of course. Guess we can do it here too, right? Is a mist generator really a waterfall? Yes. I guess to clarify, I'm resisting depending on waterfall thoughts for my mood, which includes mist generators. Just because they're so powerful, I can, like, we've had forts in the past that, I mean, back when I was speedrunning this, the tactic I was using was don't give a hoot about their happiness and just give them a waterfall. And that was fine. Like, you can survive with just a waterfall and no other accounting for their mood at all, which I feel kind of trivializes the mechanic a little bit. So we're trying without. And we are significantly grumpier than we would be otherwise. I'm going to pop this open as well. This will all start drying out at some point. Or so there could be something here. We're not opening it up. There could not be anything there. Okay. Ooh. Will you do a very epic one towards the end of this fort's life cycle? A very epic waterfall? I wasn't planning on it. I don't know quite what we're gonna do to end this. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. I have some vague thoughts. An epic waterfall into hell, right? Like you could. It wouldn't do you much good. Okay, so the real trick here is that we're digging blind downwards. Maybe we want to open this up just because it's going to be the furthest to the map. Anyway. Maybe we smooth here. Never want it to end. I mean, it has to end at some point, right? Like, I don't want it to get stale. I don't want this to go on forever because then it will be boring. I want it to be interesting throughout. Which means there's going to be a conclusion, whatever that looks like. Make an obsidian making machine that kills them right as they're about to come into the fort. That'd be cool. So I had an early thought when we first embarked here. So we have a volcano, right? We have a legit volcano out on the surface. It spews a bit. but it's a volcano, right? But we also have a river over here in this corner of the map, all the way down here. We have a river in this corner. And then if you go down into the caves directly below, there's another volcano, another magma tube. Like, very far beneath. Level 77 down here. As opposed to 10. So it's like a 80, 90 level drop. But we do technically have water directly above magma. We have naturally occurring water above naturally occurring magma. There's just 90 levels between them. And I had the thought that an obsidian farm would not be very hard in that situation. But that has not been necessary. We've been making a lot of glass. Because sand and volcano. Needs. Wow, did we actually go through our yarn? I don't believe that for a minute. Is this all leather? Jeez. Okay, we have yarn. It just needs to be, we need to make more cloth, which we're working on. Okay, they're fine. I'll let them go. We found what must be a treasure of the gods. Heck yeah! What'd we find? Melbil Godin, a curved twinkling metal shield. We got an artifact shield named Melbil. What does that mean? What does Melbil Godin mean? Worth 40 grand. Excellent. That gets displayed. All these dang cages. I don't know why. I don't know what the cages are about. We're gonna need more display cases at this rate. Also, what's that hammer? There we go. No, I can't just look for Melville. Shields. Is shield not its own category? It's gonna be like armor. Oh, geez. No. No. Shield / bucklers. There it is. We have a legendary giraffe leather shield. We must have made that a while ago. Melbil Golden. There you are. Do I have more display cases? I do. I do. Excellent. If it wouldn't be route, maybe expanding your Kobold Civ, settling whole new fortresses, but that's a whole new enterprise. It's true. And the trick that we're in now, this world was made during the adventure mode beta, which means the stuff that came out towards the end of the beta, like all the chosen mode stuff, can't be done in this world. So I'm kind of thinking that when we're done with this fortress, we are probably done with this world. Because then we can make a new world and we're going to get new features. But that also means I kind of want to have my kobold fun, right? Honestly, if there were a way to release the capybara without a base slaughter and see what happens world-wise, that's true. I don't know that we would get to really observe that, though. I still need to test this, but because the angel has killed some people, it is now technically a historical figure, which means I think that DF hack thing that lets you adventure as anyone might work. Might work. And that would be, yeah, might. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but it is distinctly possible that we could adventure as the angel. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that right there. I don't know what we would do with that. I don't know how that would work. But I'm not writing it off. By the end of Dogma. Cave blob has been missing for a week. Interesting. Oh, that also means we can mine out this. And this. Can also do, like, this, right? For whatevers. There could be more stuff down here. Didn't I smooth something in here? I thought I smoothed something in here. Maybe not. So there could be something in here. So let's poke here. Another forgotten beast. This one flies. Oh boy, the forgotten beast Kogan Orshaduk Thol has come, a great one-eyed tortoise. It has thin wings of stretched skin, gross, and it squirms and fidgets, because of course. Cinnamon scales are large and set far apart, but where it's fire. We have a flying, fire-breathing tortoise. And that could be interesting because there is another forgotten beast in our caves right now that cannot fly. Also, why do we have a bunch of caged cavivores, I guess? Okay. Sure, whatever. And you were down and you were here. I'm curious to see if you go for the other beast. Look at that, though. Oh, man. Kogan drink dives the deep. Did I hear fire and forgotten beast? You sure did. Also wings. Seems to be just hanging out, though. I think it can get out of there. The the other beast was like directly above this, was it? I guess let's find where it is. There's troglodytes in there too. So this one is up here on level minus 78. And then the new one is on minus 50, so it's actually above. But they're on the same side of the map. If the flying one can get over here and fly down, it would find the other beast. Hey, look! More treasure! I'm so happy. Oh, we're finding things. Oh, that's the wrong... I don't know what we saw. This. Demolathi. A large, jagged, frosty metal cap. Excellent. Excellent. We're running low on wood again? Jeez. Well, we're just gonna plop that down. I don't want these running off. That was a cap, right? It's gonna be in headwear? Headwear. Jeez. Here you are. Perfect. Okay, and then this revealed nothing. So we can dig here. There could still be something there, actually. Could still be something hiding there. Because we can't actually get to this until we actually open that up. That's fine. But this fortification here, we can just get all of that. And then from there, we're gonna dig down. But I wanna be careful about doing so. We could just dig straight down into something nasty. Did you grab it? Come on. You were digging. Oh, okay. It's still there. Someone will get it. It's too bad you can't, like, carve fortifications into the ground. I feel like that should be possible. Okay, so now... Oh, this is terrifying. I think we're just doing this. It's very possible that something bad happens. You're just gonna take a nap? You're gonna take a nap. Okay. Well, it found water. Okay, that's like among the best case scenarios. Of course, I can't build into that. Magma forge afterwards? You mean make a magma forge or use a magma forge? We've had magma forges for a while. I don't think we can melt those. I don't think we can melt the metal, the fancy metal ones. I don't think we can. So... Good stream, time for sleep. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll be wrapping up here soon. These pillars really get into my brain. I could spend all day on these. I just want to get down there. Of course, now we have to get around this in order to put a drain on the map. So I want to be like up here. I guess we'll let this go. Pillars of Eternity, very nearly. Very nearly. Kia is throwing a tantrum. No one was surprised. I'm curious about our squad. We have 2 people left in this squad to get out. I hope they can figure it out. I think it's going to be a minute before we actually get this smoothed and carved out. Nope, there it goes. Everyone's so grumpy. I guess I just don't appreciate art. As long as you appreciate the gems. But this was a pretty successful lair. We got 2 weapons and a beast that died very quickly. Please just do that now. Please just take that job. No? Okay. But generally speaking, we cleaned up, right? Wow, this is all clean. You're pasturing a giraffe. I think I just want to get rid of the giraffes. I don't know why they're escaping so frequently. We're definitely spending some time herding giraffes. What are you all doing out here? You're grabbing giraffes. Why are there's just giraffes? Why are there's just giraffes? I don't know where they're coming from. Are you a tame giraffe? Former member. These are our escaped giraffes. We had giraffes go missing like after our first adventure. And I think they've been hanging out on the world map, like just around our fortress. I guess they're just wandering back in. Which I suppose is fine. Of course, our squad made it down here. This is... There could still be stuff hiding down here. Don't think this could. I just want to see what's going on here. I'm curious. I want to know all the things. I want to see the things. And conquer the things. Jeez. Where's our... Is it you? Here we go. Nope. Could be you. Yes, okay. And what will it be? Is it a monster? Is it a weapon? Is it nothing? I'm gonna guess nothing. Eventually, there we go. Oh, there was a bit of magma. That's fine, right? That wasn't... Oh, it goes down. Interesting, okay. That's actually pretty nice. Revealing that is pretty nice. I'm glad that actually wasn't connected down. I guess if it was connected down, we would have seen it. It would have been revealed with the rest of the stuff. Okay. Cool. That's actually fine. So I think... Well, we can't go down there. So we want to go down like over here, which is not happening. So it's probably going to be like here. Or no, I want that to be a stair. That's my guess as to how we can get down. Like how we've just like completely encircled this little magma pool. Does this go down? This doesn't go down any further. This does not, I don't think. Oh, it does. Oh, but just a tiny bit. Oh, and the water goes down too. Interesting. All right. Feel like finding 2 angels on top of a sealed area might be portentous? Well, yeah. The portent is, there's danger. Did that not? Okay. That says it's a diamond cluster. Danger is nice. Oh my goodness. Well, all right. I mean... How do I deal with that? How do I get over here? That kind of... Could go down here, maybe? Let's try that. It did make a stairway. We did carve a stair. Oh, and there's some magma. Okay, well this is gonna be a whole thing. This is clearly gonna be a whole thing. And I think it's gonna be a thing we deal with next time. But if we can get down here and then like get to this wall, that would actually be great for everything down as well. If we can drain off the edge of the map and get rid of all this water and magma like that, that would be great. But for right now, I think we're good. For the sake of completeness, I want to take a quick check at Auto Butcher. This looks great. Why are we not looking at geese? Let's do... Toggle watch, right? Yeah. So we're now watching... everything that has more than 5. Yeah, that's fine. We have a couple more ducks than we need. We have a couple more pigs. We have a couple more dogs. We have a couple more giant cave spiders. But also, the giant cave spiders is like... Are they all named? Is that what's going on? I don't know. It's not that much more than my numbers anyway. So I think we caught up on animals. I think we caught up on the animals. Which I did not think was going to happen. It'd be fun to break into an abandoned underground city filled with lizard folk driven mad. That'd be cool. It'd be cool if there were more structures to find underground. Like, we can find cities and towns above ground, right? But there's not really underground civilizations like that. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be cool. I'm sure Tarn's thought of it. I don't think there's anything that we can think of that Tarn has not, like, written in a notebook at some point. Anyway, that's me for today. Come by on Thursday. We're gonna continue from right here. We're gonna continue in fort mode for a little bit, and then we're gonna do another adventure mode, possibly a ridiculous one. At the very least, we have a pair of divine metal crossbows and a whole bunch of divine metal bolts at our fingertips. Not to mention, we got like a really nice scourge, got a nice helm. There's some good stuff in there. So our next adventure is gonna get a little kitted out, I think, and who knows what we do from there. We need to get our last slab. We have 6 of 7 necromantic slabs in our world. So our next adventure is going to be focused around finding the last one in some fashion. But that'll be maybe in a week or two. Next week we're going to stay in, this week we're going to stay in fort mode. Come by on Saturday. We're going to continue Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun. Maybe finish it. Maybe. Don't actually know. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. Check out the YouTubes, all that good stuff. Today's episode is brought to you by Shiny Rocks. I keep finding them. And all the viewers like you, hanging out live, hanging out in the VODs, hanging out on Discord, all that good stuff. You are all my precious gems right now. So I appreciate you being here and hanging out with me. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. And I hope you stay kind.